Welcome to Who Died Today. In recent days, we have been shocked by the sad news of the deaths of talented and beloved individuals who left a significant mark on the world of art and culture. This episode is dedicated to their memory, and today we will remember the stars who recently passed away. Before we begin, we would like to ask for your support. If this video or the legacy of these extraordinary people touched you, please give us a like as a sign of respect and remembrance. Watch until the end to find out what deadly diseases Selena Gomez goes through and what she has to fight every day. Quincy Jones, born March 14, 1933 in Chicago, Illinois, was and remains one of the most influential figures in the world of music, with a legacy spanning 6 decades of uninterrupted achievement. His career began with a simple interest in the trumpet, which over time developed into a mastery that stands out among the jazz greats. Jones showed his dedication to jazz and music in general at a young age, working with legends such as Lionel Hampton and Ray Charles, which led to his rapid recognition as one of the most talented musicians and arrangers of his time. In the early 1960s, Jones moved into film and television music, becoming one of the first African Americans to achieve success in Hollywood as a composer. He wrote scores for films such as In Cold Blood and The Pink Panther, and his innovative arrangements introduced Hollywood to the world of jazz and soul, making him a pioneer in the field. Jones became known for his unique style, which combined jazz, pop, and classical music to create a completely new sound that captivated critics and audiences alike. The pinnacle of his career was producing Michael Jackson's albums, Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad. Thriller in particular was an absolute phenomenon, breaking all possible sales records and remaining the best-selling album in the world for many years. The musical revolution Quincy created with these albums brought a synthesis of pop, funk, and rock that defined the sound of an entire generation. His success with Jackson made Quincy Jones not only one of the most successful producers in history, but also a true creative genius, capable of giving music an entirely new dimension. In addition to working with Jackson, he collaborated with Frank Sinatra, Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles, and many others. In 1985, Jones produced the charity single We Are the World, which featured more than 45 world pop stars. The project raised millions of dollars to help the starving in Africa and became further proof of his ability to inspire and unite people. Jones has won 28 Grammy Awards throughout his career, making him one of the most decorated figures in music history. His contributions to the music industry cannot be overstated, inspiring generations of musicians and listeners, demonstrating in every project his unique ability to create timeless and meaningful art. On November 3, 2024, Quincy Jones passed away at the age of 91. His passing was a tremendous loss to the worlds of music, art, and culture. But his creative legacy lives on, inspiring future musicians and remaining a shining example of how music can unite hearts and generations. James Darren, born June 8, 1936 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, was a true symbol of the era of classic Hollywood, an American actor and singer who managed to win the hearts of millions. From an early age, Darren showed an interest in art, which led him to the big screen, where he left a bright mark. His path to fame began in the late 1950s, when he got the role of Moondog Johnson in the popular film series Gidget. This image, filled with youth, love of freedom, and charm, made him a real idol for the youth and secured his status as a star. Darren not only embodied characters on the screen that were close to the younger generation, but also became a real role model. But his talent was not limited to acting. James Darren had a unique voice and a natural gift for music, which made his career as a singer no less successful than his acting. He released several albums, and his hits such as Goodbye Cruel World and Her Royal Majesty conquered the charts and made him a favorite of the public. The combination of talent, charisma, and a deep, penetrating voice made his performances unforgettable. His popularity as a singer allowed him to regularly tour and gather full houses all over the country, and fans highly appreciated the sincerity and emotion with which he performed his songs. Late in his career, already in the 1990s, James Darren again attracted the attention of the public, appearing in the cult sci-fi series Star Trek: Deep Space Nine, where he played Victor Fontaine, a virtual singer who embodied the spirit of Las Vegas in the 1960s. The role became iconic for a new generation of viewers who had previously been unfamiliar with him and allowed him to once again demonstrate his vocal abilities. The character of Victor Fontaine, created with incredible charm and charisma, became one of the most beloved in the series, and fans especially loved the moments when Darren performed jazz and popular songs. On September 3, 2024, James Darren passed away at the age of 88, leaving behind a legacy that lives on in the hearts of his fans. His passing was a huge loss to the arts, but his films, music, and the images he created will forever be remembered by generations. Darren not only excelled on screen and stage, but he left behind an ideal that many have strived to achieve. Ken Page, born January 20, 1954 in St. Louis, Missouri, was an outstanding American actor and singer whose unique performance style and powerful voice left an indelible mark on the worlds of theater and cinema. He showed an interest in the arts from an early age and began his career on Broadway, where he quickly gained recognition for his deep and expressive baritone. Page became known for his roles in such productions as Cats, where he played Old Deuteronomy, and Tales of the South Pacific. His performances were imbued with passion and professionalism, which made him one of the most respected actors on Broadway. His fame reached even greater heights after he voiced Oogie Boogie in Tim Burton's cult animated film The Nightmare Before Christmas, 1993. His rendition of Oogie Boogie's song brought a unique charm to the character and became an instant hit with audiences, making Page himself a cult figure for animation and music fans. Filled with mystery and character, this image remains one of the most memorable, and his voice continues to attract new generations of viewers. Until the end of his life, Ken Page remained active in theatrical productions and concerts. He shared his knowledge and experience with young artists, inspiring them to achieve professional heights. His deep voice and incredible energy on stage made him a favorite of the public for many years. He made a significant contribution to cultural heritage, remaining faithful to art and music despite any difficulties in life. On September 30, 2024, Ken Page passed away at the age of 70. His passing was a great loss to the art world, but his work lives on in the hearts of his fans. Ken Page's voice and dedication to his work will continue to inspire generations to come. Pete Rose, born April 14, 1941 in Cincinnati, Ohio, was not just a baseball player, but a true legend of American sports, whose career and achievements forever inscribed his name in the history of Major League Baseball, MLB. From an early age, he stood out among his peers for his passion for sports, determination, and hard work. This love for baseball led him to the Cincinnati Reds in 1963, his home team, with which he began his rise to fame. Already in his first season, Rose showed himself to be an incredibly capable player, and his assertive style of play earned him the nickname Charlie Hustle. During a career that spanned over 2 decades, Pete Rose set many records, most famously the hits record he set in 1985 when he hit his 4,192nd hit, surpassing the legendary Ty Cobb. He amassed 4,256 career hits, making him the all-time leader in MLB hits. This mark remains unbroken to this day and has earned Rose the title of one of the greatest baseball players of all time. He also holds the record for games played, at-bats, and many other stats, making his career truly unique. Rose was not limited to playing for one team. In addition to the Cincinnati Reds, he played for the Philadelphia Phillies and Montreal Expos, where he also proved himself as an outstanding athlete. His efforts and successes earned him the title of Most Valuable Player of the National League in 1973, 3 World Championship titles, as well as 17 participations in the MLB All-Star Game. In 1980, with the Philadelphia Phillies, he won the championship, adding another triumph to his impressive collection. Rose's career, however, was marred by a scandal that became one of the most talked about topics in the baseball world. In the late 1980s, he was accused of betting on baseball games, including games involving his team. The allegations led to his expulsion from baseball and his ban from the Hall of Fame, a huge blow to him and his fans. Despite this shadow, Pete Rose remains an inspirational figure to many, a symbol of hard work and an unyielding will. On September 30th, 2024, Pete Rose passed away at the age of 83, leaving behind not only numerous records but also an inspiration for future generations of athletes. His tenacity, fortitude, and tireless energy will forever be remembered by baseball fans. His life and career are an example of how great passion for one's craft can lead to heights that are difficult to surpass. Gavin Creel, born April 18, 1976 in Findlay, Ohio, was an American actor and singer known for his charisma and incredible stage presence, which won him the love of both audiences and critics. From a young age, he stood out among his peers for his talent and creative drive, which led him to Broadway, where he became a real star. Creel began his career in cult productions such as Hair, The Book of Mormon, and Thoroughly Modern Millie, where he was able to demonstrate not only his vocal abilities but also an exceptional ability to deeply embody his roles. His role as Claude in Hair captivated audiences, immersing them in an atmosphere of protest and the fight for freedom, becoming a symbol of that era. Gavin is particularly famous for his role as Cornelius Huckle in the revival of Hello, Dolly, where he played on the same stage with the legendary Bette Midler. This performance became a turning point in his career, for which he received a Tony Award, the recognition he had been striving for since the beginning of his career. His performance as Cornelius was filled with vitality and charm, thanks to which he managed to revive and update the classic character. The role made him famous not only on Broadway, but also beyond, bringing him international recognition. Following this success, Creel began to participate in productions abroad, including on the West End stage, where he was also warmly received by the audience. In addition to acting, Creel was active in charity work, supporting LGBT rights and drawing attention to important social issues. His openness and sincerity became an example for many, and his performances and conversations offstage inspired fans around the world. He used his popularity to highlight issues of equality and human rights, for which he was respected by both colleagues and viewers. On September 30th, 2024, Gavin Creel passed away at the age of 48. His death was a great loss to the theater world, but his roles, voice, and contribution to the arts will live on in the memories of fans and theatergoers. Creel leaves behind a legacy that will inspire artists and fans for years to come, reminding them how art can unite and transform lives. Dikembe Mutombo, born June 25, 1966 in Kinshasa, Zaire, now the Democratic Republic of the Congo, was not only an outstanding basketball player, but also one of the most significant African athletes in the history of the National Basketball Association, NBA. His path to basketball fame began rather unexpectedly. Since childhood, he wanted to become a doctor, and his height of 218 centimeters seemed more of an obstacle than an advantage. But entering Georgetown University on a scholarship changed his fate. There, coaches saw his potential for basketball, and Mutombo quickly joined the university team, where his defensive skills literally took off. His ability to block shots, quick movements, and incredible coordination soon made him one of the most noticeable figures in college basketball. Mutombo was selected 4th overall in the 1991 NBA draft by the Denver Nuggets, beginning a glittering career that would last nearly 2 decades. He demonstrated his skills in his first season, becoming a fan favorite and one of the league's best defenders. During his career, he played for the Atlanta Hawks, Philadelphia 76ers, New Jersey Nets, New York Knicks, and Houston Rockets. But wherever he played, his shot-blocking skills remained at the highest level, and each block was accompanied by his signature no finger gesture, warning the opponent that it was pointless to try to attack. The gesture became his calling card and a symbol of his confidence and powerful defensive play. His NBA accomplishments are astounding. He was an 8-time All-Star, a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, and was among the top 10 in all-time blocked shots in the league. These accomplishments made him not only a legend on the court, but also a role model for young African players who dreamed of following in his footsteps and making it in the NBA. But basketball was not Dikembe Mutombo's only passion. He was deeply committed to his people and his roots, actively involved in charity work. In 1997, he founded the Dikembe Mutombo Foundation, which built schools, hospitals, and health centers in Congo, providing access to health and education services to thousands of people. He also built a hospital named after his mother in Kinshasa, providing free health care to low-income people. His work in Africa earned him respect around the world, and he received numerous awards for his humanitarian efforts, becoming a UN Goodwill Ambassador. On September 30, 2024, Dikembe Mutombo passed away at the age of 58 after a long battle with cancer. His passing was a loss to the entire sports and humanitarian world, but his legacy lives on in the hearts of those he helped and in the history of basketball, where he remains one of its most enduring defenders. Chance Perdomo, born October 19, 1996 in London, England, was a flamboyant British-American actor whose talent and charisma brought him fame, especially among younger generations of viewers. From an early age, Perdomo showed an interest in the arts, and his dream of becoming an actor led him to the United States, where he began his career. His daring talent and charm immediately attracted the attention of audiences and critics, and he quickly established himself as one of the most promising young actors of his time. Perdomo's breakthrough came with his role as Ambrose Spellman in the hit Netflix series Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. His character, being the cousin of the main character Sabrina and possessing unique magical powers, became one of the most beloved characters on the show. Chance Perdomo brought such depth and charm to the role that he quickly won over an army of fans. His performance was distinguished by his emotional flexibility and ability to get into character, which allowed him to convey the complexity and uniqueness of his character, as well as enrich the plot and create a unique atmosphere for the series. After the success of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Perdomo became the face of a new generation of actors whose performances attract attention and admiration. Chance also acted in other projects, including TV series and films, where his talent continued to reveal new facets. He worked on the TV show Molly's Clinic and participated in the series Generation 5, where his acting allowed him to show a deep emotional range and variety in his choice of roles. His approach to each character was distinguished by subtlety and striving for maximum authenticity, which brought genuine emotions to the audience and made them empathize with his characters. On March 20, 2024, Chance Perdomo tragically passed away at the age of just 27. The circumstances of his death came as a shock to his fans and colleagues, leaving a huge void in the world of film and television. Chance Perdomo was a young, talented actor who could have had a remarkable career ahead of him. His passing is a reminder of the fragility of life, but his roles, charisma, and talent remain etched in the memories of his fans, inspiring others to pursue their dreams with the same passion and sincerity he brought to his art. Selena Gomez, born July 22, 1992 in Grand Prairie, Texas, is a talented singer, actress, and producer who has become an idol for millions of fans around the world. Her path to success began at a young age when she began her acting career on the Disney Channel, but her popularity and talent soon made her one of the most influential and successful stars of the younger generation. However, behind the glitter of the stage and screen, there are difficult challenges that Selena has been struggling with for many years. One of the most difficult problems in her life is related to her health. In 2015, Selena Gomez was diagnosed with lupus, an autoimmune disease in which the immune system attacks the body's own cells and tissues. The disease can affect a variety of organs and systems, including the skin, joints, kidneys, heart, and lungs. Symptoms of lupus vary from person to person, but in Selena's case, they include chronic fatigue, joint pain, and muscle pain, which often interferes with her ability to perform and do everyday activities. The disease also causes periodic flare-ups, during which her health deteriorates rapidly, requiring additional treatment and rest. One of the most difficult challenges for Selena was a complication of lupus that affected her kidneys. In 2017, her condition worsened so much that she urgently needed a kidney transplant. Her friend Francia Raisa donated the kidney to her, and this event became one of the most talked about in her life. Selena has repeatedly said how grateful she is to Francia for this gift, and how their friendship has been strengthened by this important step. However, even after the surgery, the disease continues to affect her life and requires constant monitoring and treatment. Her health issues aren't limited to just physical ones. The constant stress of treatment and the effects of lupus have led to Selena also struggling with mental health issues like anxiety and depression. These conditions have had a profound impact on her life and career, and Gomez has undergone numerous therapies to help manage the mental strain. She's also been vocal about her experiences with mental health, telling fans that it's important to seek help and not be embarrassed to talk about your experiences. Despite all the difficulties, Selena continues to create and actively participates in charitable projects related to lupus and mental health. She uses her platform to draw attention to the problems that millions of people around the world face and inspires fans to take care of their physical and mental health. Her openness and honesty about the struggle with the disease and its consequences have made her an example of resilience and strength, and her voice has become a support for those who are also facing similar issues. Today, Selena Gomez is not only a successful singer and actress, but also a strong personality who has overcome many challenges and continues to inspire millions with her example. Lupus remains her constant companion, but she continues to fight, showing the world that even the most difficult challenges can be overcome with self-confidence and the support of loved ones.